Hey guys, welcome back. I have a new tank. As you can see, it is the ELC AMX. I have gone through the duck tank and I have done a few good games in it, so I'll be doing a replay of that pretty quick. But I have the ELC now and I have it fully upgraded. I spent a little bit of my gold winnings on upgrading this tank. And I played a couple games of this previously and I got worked really bad because my crew is still really awful. They're at like 70, 78 and 83 or something awful. So it feels a little bit sluggish still. It doesn't accelerate quite as well as I'd like. But the gun is it's like a tier 8 gun on a tier 5 tank. I can't believe that it just regularly has like 170 regular pen. Like that leopard there I hit, that's 250 damage to him right there. So, yeah. Just hanging back here. I don't want to get too close to any of these guys. Not yet. Because this thing's fragile. Almost everything on the enemy team can kill me in one hit, except for maybe the Tiger and the T-44. So I'm just going to hang back here for a little bit longer. Take some shots at this IS-6 if he pops back up in T-29. One of the things that I haven't driven tank destroyers in a long time. This thing shares those same things. Is when you're zoomed out and you move the camera around, like it turns the whole tank as soon as you meet your traverse, your maximum traverse in the turret, and that really bugs me. So half the time when I drive around, I drive around with the right mouse button down just so it doesn't do that. I don't know if anyone else likes that or has found a way to turn that off, but it's one of the things that drives me nuts. I don't want my whole tank to turn. I would turn my tank myself if I wanted my whole tank to turn. I don't want to turn my whole tank with my mouse. So that's one of the frustrating things about this tank that I'm still getting used to. That and that my crew is so awfully terrible that they take like 13 seconds to load my ammo. So this was really weird here. I was having trouble seeing where this tank was, and I was like, where is this tank? Is it like right in front of me or not right in front of me? Like it was right there. And he's backed up into the street there, and I still can't see him, even though I think I should be able to see him. It's like, what's going on? And then he teleported over there. I was like, what the hell was that? So I found that a bit weird. But World of Tanks oddities and bugs aside, I'm moving up with the T-54 and the Jagdtiger. And it doesn't look like I have the ability to see past 500 meters. Fortunately, my eyes just aren't very good. Kind of shot, maybe. So I can't really shoot across the map at those tanks from here, so I'm not going to try. I'll move up with these fellas, and we'll see what we can shoot at from here. So yeah, still don't have a shot with them. Just going to wait here, because I got a Tiger 2. Jagdtiger's kind of scared him off. And our T-54 is going after the T-28 prototype. And the Jagdtiger repositions to shoot at him, but he doesn't have a shot. So the T-54 gets around him, and I'm going to get his side, and BAM! So, that was my very first kill in the ELC, and it was against a Tier 8 tank. It's also a Tier 9 game, so I do realize that I'm the lowest of the low in the totem pole here. After that leopard. And that Jagdtiger can kill me in one hit as well, so I gotta be careful about when I decide to go down here. because the Tiger II just bit it, and the Jagdtiger's up there. And when I get down here, I see there's an E75. So I don't even think I can pin his side reliably, and I know that from shooting at E75s with my T44, because this thing has the same pen basically. So I've got to drive around all the way around behind him here, and then I realize, okay, I'm in the ditch. So then I got to pull backwards. I'm really surprised the Jagdtiger just didn't blow me up at this point. And I'm aiming at his back, and even though he turned, I still was able to get a good 235 shot into his rear. And there's a T44 here on 1 health, and I thought I could get him. And I hurried my shot, didn't aim it well enough there. Fortunately, didn't hit him. So I decided to move up and take my chances at getting him, but he died. And our Panther II looks like he's dueling it out with the E75, and the T54 is giving him help. So I decided I'm going to try and get back and see if I can, I don't know, just harass the E75 a little bit. And I thought, you know, I could drive up that slope. Nope. I'm just experimenting with what the ELC can do as far as its traction and what it can do at speed. But it seems to be able to climb fairly well, just not that surface. Pull along here and try and get under the gun of the Jagdtiger, even if he has pulled back. And I'm like, oh, maybe let's see if I can climb this. Nope. So I start sliding down. Woo! Kind of like how you slide into water. Alright. So I'm coming around the corner here, trying to be stealthy as I can, and spot the Jagdtiger. And he spots me. And I don't know, I think that was a pretty lucky shot. I must have hit him in the lower plate. So I start backing out, and we got the T-54 there along with me. So he backs out too. And we got a Chi-Ri, but he's a one-shot. The T-54 is pretty much a one-shot. I've always been a one-shot for everything almost here. So I spot the ISC 152, but this T-54 is, I don't know, I'm just getting like ass vision here. So I'm trying to aim here, and I get bump, 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 bump. 3 bumps later, I'm finally able to get my shot off. Like, so I managed to kill the ISU 152, so that was good. Which is, I don't know, in a tier 9 game, like I was able to get rid of a tier 8 tank and another tier 8 tank. So we spot the M12. And he turns his gun towards me, so I'm just like, maybe I'll just be a diversion here. I'll keep popping up and seeing what he's doing, but his gun's still pointed directly at me, so I just let the Chi-Ri kill him. There's only 1 tank left, it's the STI. I'm going to try and blaze across the battlefield here and see if I can get a shot at him. He doesn't have too much life left. Whee! This thing is pretty fast. I really wonder what it's going to feel like when it's actually upgraded and it's full. So, we ended up winning that one, and it wasn't an amazing game or anything. I'm still really getting used to the tank. And but I still did 1100 damage, which was more or less halfway in between as far as damage goes. But for a tier 5 tank to be able to dish out that in a tier 9 game, I probably would have had trouble doing that much damage in a Leopard, or I don't know. Even tier 6 scout tanks would maybe have some issues doing that much damage. And that's just mostly, it comes down to how good the gun is in this. And it's like 175 damage, even though you can't turn the whole turret, or like 175 pen, I mean, is, or 171, I think it is. But that combined with the alpha damage is really fantastic. And I think once I learn how to wait and evade a little bit, like this is a really atrocious scouting map, and I don't even try and scout on it. It's more of a drive through the middle trench or through those buildings, or that's more or less the limit of what you can do unless you're willing to try and drive through the enemy team, and in most cases that just gets you murdered. So I'm still getting used to how this thing's driven, but I'm fairly confident I'm going to like it. It's one of the tanks I've been wanting to try because I do like a lot of the faster tanks, and this is one of the first French tanks that isn't like a beastly slow like the AMX 38 and the AMX 40, the duck tank. So all in all, I really like the gun. It's fast. I don't really find the turret traverse. It turns enough that it doesn't really bother me. So yeah, all in all, AMX seems pretty cool. I'm feeling kind of weird about the French tank so far because it's gone from like mostly heavy and slow, and then it goes to stupidly fast and bigger gun, which is the complete opposite of with the duck tank, which was like good armor but atrocious gun and bad mobility. So yeah, it was a bit of a, I don't know if they've done the best job putting the right tanks together as far as what should be where, but it's interesting. It's definitely very interesting. So I've got about 20,000 more experience to grind out on this before I unlock the next one, the AMX, was it 12T? So this is one of the tanks that I might consider keeping. The 12T maybe not so much, or the 1375 not so much. I haven't driven them yet, so I haven't decided yet, but it'll be interesting to see how they stack up compared to this thing, considering how this thing does 250 damage at tier 5, but all those other tanks seem to do like 100 or 120 live or something at tier 6. So thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, please consider rating it below, and I'll see you next time.